Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to implement user role in Laravel. We will set up admin and executive roles, create middleware for role-based access control, and I will create helper methods which you can use in your code to set the module level permissions. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to manage roles in Laravel application. So let's get started.
Okay, so let us start creating a migration. So basically, I'm creating it to add a type column in my users table, which will basically hold two values. In my case, it is admin and executives. In your case, it could be admin, client, users, manager, or whatever you want. So let us make it add underscore type underscore two underscore users underscore table and hyphen table equal to users. So this is created. Inside that, I'll create a column string and it would be type and default would be uh, let us keep it to user for now. Row column type, or let us make it executives because I will have only two type of users. One is executive and one is admin. So by default, everyone would be executive, and if there is someone who needs to have admin permission, we can either create a user management module to change him to admin, or I mean, we can create a center for that. So migration's done, and let us add that column into my user mod. I'll add constant variables here, which basically represent the names of the user types. So in my case, that is admin and executive. So I'll be defining those two constants, because in future, if I change the name or anything, then in that case, I just have to change the value in this file, and it would be automatically changed in everywhere. But if I do not define that, then in every file where I have used this static value, there I have to do the changes. So it's always better to create constant variables, sorry, constants, so that whenever there is any change on the back end in the names or anything, it doesn't affect your code. And I'll be creating two helper functions for the same. So those helper function would do uh, will basically check that whether the user is admin or not. So if you want to create a module specific permissions, in that case, these kind of functions will be very helpful. But in this tutorial, I'll be creating a page specific permission. So, for example, if there's a page named as profile or something like that, so the user will not have the permissions to open that page. So that kind. But if you want to create a module specific, like in your dashboard page, you want some module not to be displayed to executive, then you can use these functions is executive or is admin. So these two functions are created. So they are basically checking the current type of the user and whether it is admin or not. So now let us create a seeder. So in my case, I have not created any user management right now. So I'll create a seeder to, seed a default admin user into the database. So for that, I have to run this command, which PHP artist name, make seeder and admin user seeder. Inside that, I'll be creating a user. So user create, and inside create, I'll be using So I'll be using an array which will contain four values: name, email, type, and password. Password decrypt and 123 @hostel. Last is the type because this one is admin type. So see, I have used that constant variable here instead of defining that statically. Or let us do one thing. Instead of create using the create function, I'll use update or create, because if I run this reader again, then it will create one more like this will throw an error because the user is already created. And I have added a unique key into my email, so it would reject that. So instead of that, I will create update or create. So if the user is not created, it will create. If it is already created, it will just update the same entry. Email is unique in my case, so I'm using email. This is correct. Now let us run that seeder. So PHP artisan db seed and hyphen class is equal to admin user seeder. You will run a PHP artisan db seed, it will run the basic database seeder, and that you have to define. But I'm running this specifically this seeder, so that's why I have mentioned the class. So seeder created. Okay, let us run the project now. PHP artisan serve. Yeah, could be this other. Yeah. Now let us log in with the same user which I have created, programmer.agash@gmail.com, and password would be password123 @ Okay, so this is created. You can see admin profile. Yeah. Now just to uh, check the user permissions and create that module, I'll be creating a middleware. So which will basically act in between of the request and the page which we are opening. Here I'll be adding one condition. So that is if dollar. So if the type which I'm receiving in the request is equal to the type which I'm passing while defining the middleware, is true or not. If it is true, then let the request pass. If it is not true, then abort it. So I'll be adding one parameter like dollar type, and I'll tell you where I'll use this dollar type. For now, you can just copy the same thing to dollar request. User type is not equal to type. So it is basically checking that if the type which we are receiving in the request is not equal to the required type which we are passing in this function, then abort or the throw and show the message unauthorized. Okay, so this is done. Now pause the video here and check 18, 19, 20 line in bootstrap app.php. Copy the same and see. When I refresh, it gave me error because in the routes I have added that middle pair. So this executive which you are seeing in line number 11, uh, if I change it to admin, that this is that dollar type variable.
I hope you enjoyed my video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more content.